what you want. Keep your head up in the clouds. When this is over, I'll be around. Speaking one, I wanna know. Making you happy, but you've been so cold. Put your head on my chest. You look so tired, come get some rest. And if you wanna think about it, I'll leave you alone. Yeah, if you wanna think about it, I'll leave you alone. Leave you however you want. It doesn't matter, you know what you are. chest. You were locked so tight and can't get some rest. And if you wanna think about it, I'll leave you alone. Yeah, if you wanna think about it, I'll leave you alone.
Well, hello friends, welcome back To where wars are fought in the stars, where fantasies are final, where agents are orange, evolutions are new, dragons are lanced, realms are forgotten, culls have essence, and where we continue the race against time, against the inevitable execution of all things orchestrated by the demigod Vecna. Coming soon to a role-playing unlimited table near you. We are just over a month and a half away before we get to that epic showdown between 6 tables of adventurers, each of whom will, hopefully by that point, be successful in their acquisition of the Rod of Many Parts and piecing together an item that will hopefully prove ultimate doom to Vecna. But before we can get to that point, we've got a number of adventures to continue. Starting with the conclusion of our week 33 here, kind of. I keep going back and forth with this. I'll save you the long spiel if you want to hear the finer points of it. Listen to the beginning of last night's stream. So we'll get this show on the road before, or not before, I should say. Thanking Don for the 41-month subscription right there. Super, super cool deal, my friend. Good to see you, brother. Look forward to some gaming here shortly. Let's get it rolling. Get that set up here. Yep. Back where we were last time. What is this? Oh, okay.
I'm a simple man making his way through the galaxy. Like my father before me.
Yes, indeed. Welcome back. Hello, hello. Good evening.
Good weekend.
Good evening.
Oh gosh. Just because our characters are underwater, I don't encourage you to put any filters on your microphones. Like, it sounds like Dawn kind of has the underwater. Like, let's try to get a clear filter, if at all possible.
I don't have any filter on my microphone.
Oh, you totally do, man. Listen to yourself on the stream. You're like,
Oh man, I was going to use the Sebastian filter. Under the sea. Under the sea.
that one is acceptable. Well, here we are. Welcome back, everybody. Hello, Team RU indeed. Are you with us for some RU gaming? Beskar Battalion. What do we got here? 6-player party. Ken is absent tonight. Welcoming his newborn baby. I believe it was Liam. Liam James, if I'm not mistaken. So, happy welcome to the world there, young fella. Many happy adventures ahead from those of us here at Role Playing Unlimited. And, of course, we couldn't be happier for you and your wife there, Ken. Hope to see you again here at the table very, very soon.
A new henchman.
Yeah. Here comes a new challenger. And when we left
It's
off...
a friend for Monkeyson.
Oh, dear.
A friend for Monkeyson. Monkeyson needs a friend.
Here at our virtual tabletop, we have left off last time around. Our party is split into 2 groups on 2 different submersibles. And we're trying to figure out the riddle of this patch of algae, vines, coral, whatever it is. It's like some weird conglomeration of different underwater fauna that is apparently blocking access to another area. You can faintly see the outline of this massive tunnel beneath all of this plant life here. But upon closer investigation, the vines and algae have ensnared our engines. In fact, I think we can get a closer approximation. Goodness, I'm like 4 maps away from you guys. I'm trying to like plan ahead here, and I'm way too far ahead. Okay, here we go. Oh, I've locked the token. That doesn't work. Let's unlock the token then. Boop, 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 boop. There we go. No more engine movement for you. And same for you. There we go. Your vessels are now literally dead in the water. as we have that to contend with, as well as the riddle of the plant life itself. What we did start to unravel at the tail end of last session, it definitely has something to do with these fairy blossoms that are located very coincidentally near the center of all this. They appear to be on very, very long stalks that just descend all the way down into this tunnel, further than any of you can see. And it appears that you will need to harvest some essence of these eyeball plants. The big question is which one or which ones, because you're going to have to basically come up with some kind of concoction or derivative or whatever the case is from these eyeball plants, and line them up with the fairy blossoms that are within the center. And in so doing, there is supposed to be some kind of biological reaction that will hopefully dispel this impediment before you, and hopefully at the same time will also free your vessels. Hopefully it's a two birds, one stone thing. You guys haven't actually delved too much into how to get your vessels free, but there is kind of a it stands to reason that doing one will accomplish the other kind of thing. Isn't Peelybeal dead?
What?
I thought all three of your characters were dead at all three of the tables.
No.
Oh, is it just 2 for 3? Have I failed at this table? I'll get you tonight.
Yes.
Okay.
We'll see what happens.
But don't.
Both a threat and a promise.
A couple times, we just keep bringing him back.
Seriously, what's going on with Don's?
I thought that was just my
I'll
audio.
reach out to the mic. Hold on.
Yes, please change your microphone.
I don't remember if I asked this last time or not, but as a druid,
Yes.
Technically speaking, would I have any kind of knowledge about any of this stuff? Should I roll like a survival or nature check or something like that?
That is how we got to where we are now. We did kind of start unraveling that, and as I recalled, you rolled rather poorly. But thankfully, the group effort managed to at least get us to the point where we're thinking, okay, well, we know it's something to do with these eyeball stalks, and cutting pieces of them and feeding them maybe to the fairy blossoms. And perhaps once we've got them inside of one or both of these submersibles and we can examine them more closely, we will be entitled to a second round of rolls in that respect that will hopefully allow us to narrow down the playing field.
Shall we hop out?
Is this better?
Recite to me a very long poem, please. Specifically the one from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Or there once was a man from Nantucket. How's
Yeah, you're kind of staticky or something.
Yeah, it's something. It's like there's a crossed wire. Like, it's not as bad as I'm making it sound. I'm, of course, exaggerating. Like, I can hear what you're saying, but there's something definitely crossed there. If you can fix it, great. If not, don't worry yourself the whole session over it. It was just something that's not usually the case from your microphone. But who is able to go out into the water here? I know we've all got water breathing, but that doesn't necessarily make us the most agile of swimmers in this environment. Oh, great. Peely's stepping out. He's going to tempt fate very early here. Let's see if we can go for a first act RIP.
Maybe the first to say, welcome back, Ken.
Hey, Ken, welcome back.
Thank you, thank you.
Does a 245 armor class hit Peelybeal?
Narrowly misses.
Narrowly misses. Okay, so half damage is going to be 14,708,318. Gotcha.
Oh, damn. One hit
Sucker.
point left.
Sucker. Gotcha. All right. Are we going to send Peelybeal out to do all of this, or are we going to split into smaller groups here?
I'm gonna go some out there as well.
That sounded like an agreeable mumble. So if you're going outside, drop your token into the field of play. Alright, well, we have got one eyeball stock plant here. We got a second one, a third, a fourth, and a fifth one. Is that all there were? I thought there was another one hiding around here somewhere. Oh yeah, right here. Right next to your frickin' boat. That's why I didn't see it.
Ah,
So there are 6 of them. You may possibly need 4 of them. You may only need 1 of them. So you may want to gather a lot of each of them just in case it turns out one of them has the solve and you're like, ah, crap, we should have got more of it. So nature survival will behoove you in this situation. The sharks appear to be not necessarily entranced, but they are very either oblivious or just not caring whatsoever about your presence here. They are swimming in a clockwise motion and doing so ever so steadily.
I have a feeling that's not going to last long.
All right. Survival or nature, whichever one works best for you, to see if you can extract some goodness from the plant life here. Your wife found out you were skipping and yelled at you? Oh, that's fantastic. Of course, step out to help with the newborn as much as needed. That's one of the benefits of playing from home.
Luckily, in-laws are here to help as well, so.
Oh, nice. Well, look at that. We started off real hot there, and then all of a sudden you guys just forgot how to use those pruners and the shears. Any of you bottom 4 rolls right there after Dawn and Katie set it off with such a high standard? Any of you want to do any re-rolls there, or?
I'll do a reroll.
Okay, spend some inspo. J-Man's got a 28 on the other side. Probably doesn't need to re-roll.
Who's re-rolling?
Anybody who cares to that has the ability to do so. So Paul's gotten better there with a blackjack on the survival. Although, are either of the 3 of you that are gathered around this one, either of you want to tend to these 2 out here that have nobody at them?
I've got enough.
I'll go
movement
out
to
and
get
get the one up here.
Beautiful. Alright, so I guess we're leaving this one to Katie. We have successfully gotten some purple herb and some Granddaddy OG eyeball plant. But as far as the blue dream over here for Zavara, we're going to have to check that out. Double 8s for Ken. Yikes, he did better the first time, so we'll actually end up using that 16 on your first roll, which is pretty good actually. Not bad. Oh, she used an inspo as well, so that's an 18 for Kimberly. Okay. You are all successful. I suppose the only one that didn't go swimming is the giant lioness woman, which I suppose there's sense to that. The sharks continue ignoring your group. The eyeball stalks of the plants, however, observe your every move ever so keenly, perhaps even disturbingly more so if you severed the eyeball as part of your extraction. It continues watching you. Quite creepy. I think, yeah, I've got them on a different layer here, but just for a little closer clarification, that's what we're looking at.
Oh, they have different eye colors.
Do we get the feeling that they have like any form of intelligence about them, like an ability to communicate at all?
With your survival check, you are positive of it.
So could I cast like speak with plants?
Sure. That's a handy thing to have in your back pocket right about now. It looks
And
at you
I'll,
and
like,
blinks
I'll
and just says,
I'll, like kind of shout out to everyone like, I'm gonna talk to this plant right here. If you guys want to talk to it too, you can come on. We can all be friends with it. It'll be fun.
please
I'll
don't
bring mine
hurt me.
over so that I'll bring mine over so that we can talk to both of, or she can talk to both of them.
Well, you will have to essentially uproot the plant to move it to a different location. But the one that Katie is speaking to directly, as soon as you establish the telepathic link, you just hear, please don't hurt me.
I don't want to hurt you.
Why are you about to hurt me?
We were going to harvest things so we can like survive, I think. And I'm gonna like yell over to Zavara like, Zav, get over here. I'm not good at peopling.
I don't understand.
It's not people. You're doing great.
But like, talk. Like I talk no good.
Ask it if it knows anything about how to get through this.
Plant. Do you have a name that I should be addressing you as, or?
Don't hurt me.
Is there a way for us to get through this? Plant, don't hurt me.
I don't understand.
Which part do you not understand?
The part where you asked me about the thing that I don't understand.
Yes, but which thing? Because I asked you both for something by which to address you and for a possible way kind of out of this situation that me and my comrades have found ourselves in.
Oh dear, I've gone cross-eyed, and I only have one eye.
Can I
How
give
does
it
that
the
work?
help action?
Ooh, do plants count as creatures? Yeah, does it have a mind? Let's see. Fucking A, it does. Yes, you are able to communicate as well there, J-Man. And I'm sorry, Paul, what were you talking about there?
Honestly, I can't remember.
Oh, alright. Marijuana affects the memory. Are you trying to communicate with the one next to you there, J-Man?
Yeah, when I see Brigelio doing it with the Speak with Plant spell, I would try to reach out to see if there's a mind to connect to, and if there is, I would say, "Hello, friends. We're not here to harm you, but we do need to get through these other fairy plants, and they're blocking the way, and I think they need a part of you to open. Is that true?"
Oh, I hope you don't see me. I hope she doesn't see me. I hope she... Are you talking to me? What did you say? And then after clarifying again, this one actually appears to be a bit more sharp and on the ball this time around. I don't know anything about that. But the bright red one of our kind collaborated with the blossoms in the center to bring about this impediment, if that's what you're trying to find your way through.
It is indeed. That is helpful information. Thank you.
But of course, please don't hurt any of the rest of us. We're generally good, natured plant folk.
Do you know what deal was reached?
Deal? You can, Paul. I'm certain of what deal you speak of. I don't know. Here we go again. NPC's trying to ascertain basic information. This guy must have learned from a Serac.
Well, the collaboration you spoke of between the red one and the plants in the middle. Do you know what that involved?
As I understood it, it's a mutual benefit arrangement, but in what regard, I can't quite say.
Well, thank you. And since that red one's within 30 feet of me, I will reach out to that one and be like, "Hello."
Matheson is already starting to carve away at it there. It responds back. Hello.
I've just talked to one of your fellows over there, and he told me that you made some sort of deal with the plants in the middle.
They
We need to get
did
through.
they? I'm certain you've been fed a rather devious lie. Perhaps you had better return to your friends and discuss further.
Or you can just stop the charade and tell us how to get through so we don't have to do too much damage to you and your kind.
I am not a charade. That is the gravest of insults. I am a blossom. I'm sorry, what were you asking?
I said, drop the pretense, stop being an ass, and tell us how to get through before we have to do more damage than we've already done.
Oh, damage, yes. That would be most unfortunate. I can assure you this field that you so desperately wish to bypass is placed for your own benefit. I have been assured of such and instructed on the impossible occasion as it might be to convey such information to those who would seek to pass. I thought it odd that anyone would ever come asking this information, and yet here you are. So I tell you what was told to me. Turn back. There is nothing on the other side here for you.
Are you talking to the plant?
I look over at Manuel and be like, yes, I am speaking telepathically to the plants. They have minds that I can contact. This one is did some sort of deal to help cause this blockage, and I'm trying to convince him to change it. And then I'll address the plant again and say, with that persuasion check, we are here to right a heinous wrong. The ones who have convinced you to do this want to see the end to all life. That would include you.
Yeah, the only reason I ask is because you're holding onto my knife wielding arm so that I don't trim this thing.
Correct.
It was Tercalis himself, however, who bade us create this impediment. You know of Tercalis.
Do I?
You could roll a lore check of the history or arcana persuasion. This plan's an asshole. Joho! Well, Tercalis is not a name that many would know, being localized to Kryn and furthermore being localized to its underwater regions, but Tercalis is a Triton, a very powerful and a being of inspiration, as it were. He is a known leader of several underwater enclaves in the Blood Sea of Istar. Did any of that come through?
Yeah, I got it. I was just kind of pausing to let some other people do some stuff.
Yeah, I think they might be paired up based on eye color.
The one that is speaking with Regiliao continues and does have one helpful bit of information, and that is to stay away from the swirling pockets of algae as best as possible. Specifically, Manuel and Felian are starting to feel a bit of ominousness approaching from behind them and around them.
I'll call that out to like everyone. Like, don't let the algae stuff thing like get you. It's like not good. But does like if I were to ask the plant if trimming any of its like flora or whatever hurts it, would it answer with anything besides "please don't hurt me"?
This one has never had any designation or name, if you, as you say. Whatever you assign it, I would be grateful.
Oh, that's not Zavara. We need to name this creature.
Yes, have the other one come over and give me a name.
You called me over here to name a plant?
Yes, it is requesting a name. I don't know how to do that.
Give me a minute. Hold on. I'm gonna look it up. Hold on. Continue with the rest of the scene.
Yeah, sure, gotcha.
I can just see Zavara does that like blink.
Because, like, if you don't give me anything to go on, like, I'm going with, like, fucking Kevin, okay?
Zavara's trying to figure out this
Do
girl does everything she can to avoid speaking to any people, but she's actually going to spend time trying to come up with a name for a flower.
That's correct.
How about Fowler? It's close enough to flower.
Flowey from Undertale, stop.
Fiorello.
Okay, yeah, sure. So then I'll suggest to this little plant, like, how about Fiorello?
Oops.
Or would you prefer something different?
Boink. I liked plantain, but whatever.
Oh, we can call you Plantain. Like, it's cool. Would you like us to call you Plantain?
Oh no, this is fine.
Bree, is it actually giving you information? Like, is it being helpful?
Sometimes it's just a don't hurt me. But other times there's very helpful information, such as stay away from the floating, swirling algae.
Yep, good to know.
What are we thinking here with the fiery red eyeball plant?
I'm gonna try a deception on him, basically kind of saying something along the lines of, "Oh, to Carlos, yeah, he's the one that had invited us here, so you should just let us through," kind of deal.
The plant blinks a few times in response to that. Strange that he would give such permissions to such strange and obviously non-aquatic folk, but your words have the ring of truth about them. I unfortunately am unable to reverse the process of my own accord, but with your multiple digits and ability of movement, I have no doubt you can accomplish the task for yourself. I do ask that you be merciful with my leaves. They will return in short order, but do leave me some means of protection. You will need quite a bit, however, to interact with the fairy blossoms in the center of the field. Once they have had their fill, you will find the passage cleared in rather quick succession. The algae golems will not trouble you so long as you enter the center of the field carrying part of my sprout with you.
Will that also release our craft?
Yes, it certainly will. The vines that attach themselves to your metal vessels have their roots within the algae itself.
Very well. I will begin collecting. You go ahead and let me know when I can stop.
Excellent, and we did already have a great number of rolls in that respect. I would also say for any of you who spent inspiration to get a better nature or survival roll, now that we better know the name of the game, don't spend those inspirations, because why would you be trying to roll better at cutting away a plant that we really don't need to further our goal here? So return those expendables, those of you who spent them. Otherwise, we certainly got enough rolls as it were, to get this plant in good working order to send over to here. It is something that we do need to take inside one of the submersibles for about 5 or 10 minutes to basically mash up and kind of make a paste out of it, and eventually bring that back outside. And once we salve and slather that paste on the leaves of the fairy blossoms here. Pretty. They are likewise going to do just what we said. Actually, let's okay, let's undo that. Trying to eyeball the long game here. Shoot. Alright, well. Only way to do it is disappear them. You guys won't see them, I still will, but we're gonna get the map cleaned up for you. At this moment, I realize I probably should have just done one giant algae patch instead of 20 smaller ones. Whoops.
They're pretty.
Yeah, sometimes when you make them too large on the map, they don't retain so well. Like when I've tried to do like one large rain patch, the raindrops are like bigger than the characters. Which, hey, it's fantasy setting. It could totally happen, but that is not the case. Alright, there we go. We're getting cleaned up here.
Meanwhile, Comedy of Errors is occurring over there.
We're just having our own game over here at this point. It's fine.
Hey, I'm making a new friend. I don't know what your problem is.
This is the new NPC.
Yeah, like, can we are they kind of their own creatures and, like, lift upable? Like, could I pick Fiorello up and, like, bring him with us?
That's funny. Tuesday's got Shrubby and Wednesday's got Fiorello here.
Well, I mean, it is a plant that's rooted.
Yeah, we would probably need to find some place to root it inside of wherever it is that we're planning on taking it, but it is not outside the realm of possibility. We would also probably need to find a way to keep it completely submerged once we get above the ocean.
I was like, it's a flower that lives completely under the water. I don't think if we take it, it will survive.
You have to buy a portable hull and completely deck it out like in an aquarium, except it's one that you just dive into from the surface opening of the portable hull, and then you just keep all of your aquatic friends inside of there. The ones that don't need to breathe anyway.
Well, now I'm sad that he can't come with us.
That's what finally gets an emotion out of you? That?
Look, I'm not as complex as you make me out to be.
I am not the one who ever said that you were complex. Oh my goodness.
It has done nothing wrong. It simply wants to live its life and do things. And yet it's stuck here.
You were not this sad when one of our own members died. Like 10 minutes ago.
What is your point?
I don't even know anymore. Never mind. We're good.
I feel like we are not good.
We are good as long as you don't sever your own finger.
This does not feel good.
Well, at this moment, the sharks finally do something. They stop swimming in their perfect concentric circles, and they kind of pause and finally, for the first time, seem to take notice of your group's presence here. A couple of them swim by curiously to more than one in your group, but they don't do so aggressively. There's the perhaps instinctive bit of terror of, oh my god, there's a shark swimming right at me in its home domain, but then your fourth wall instincts kick in and you realize it's 5e and it's really just disadvantage and you guys are high level, so it doesn't really matter what's underwater, you guys can probably take it. So you take a deep breath, catch it, and the sharks really just kind of go swimming by. And they, in short order, abandon the area. It appears that whatever the algae patch was here, that was also keeping them doing their thing, and once that has been removed, they all take off. The sharks are actually part of the map, so I am unable to move them around. I didn't put them here, they just came as part of the map, so I designed part of the narrative around their presence. But again, just a reminder, I mean, if you guys want to spend the rest of the 9 hours, 10 hours, whatever it is you guys have before the end of the world, collecting all of the pearls that you'll ever need for spell components for this character and every character you'll ever play for the rest of your D&D lives, this is the place. I mean, it's Pearl City. Literally. Just everywhere.
I'll grab a couple.
I think we should go save the world.
Just one of them, though. Screw the multiverse.
I'll grab a pearl.
One pearl. All right. It'll take 3 hours to extract each pearl.
Oh, yeah, fuck that.
No, you're good.
I thought it was more of a grab as we're leaving.
Yeah, it takes a few moments, but yeah, you're able to extract a pearl. That's no problem.
No, we're good.
Well, once we are ready, we can all get back onto our submersibles and head down the trench. Who knows what's on the other side here? We're still in some pretty red sea here of the Blood Sea of Istar, so who knows what it's going to look like on the other side.
All right, we make our way down. Can you hear me better now?
Yes, indeed. Coming in clearer. A bit soft, but very, very clear. Let's do that. Okay. Oh, dear. All right, so for our boat... or I'm sorry, for our seaworthy characters, let's get some water vehicle operation checks from each of you there, please. Not bad, not bad. As you each take the helm of your vehicle, you feel that the response from the engines are not what they were before you came to this area. And for Manuel specifically, he doesn't even have to go outside to ascertain the damage. He can just tell by the feel of the wheel and the pedals on the vehicle itself that there has been some damage done to the engine, possibly some damaged propeller as well. This is something that it really depends. You don't know how much farther ahead of you you have to go. You know that if you keep operating the vehicles in this state for hours upon hours upon hours, something worse is going to happen that needs even more in-depth repair. But the best place to repair this is going to be back at your boat, where you've at least got the luxury of all of the necessary tools on board your ship, not just the emergency patch kit that you have on board the submersibles. Mending is something that could potentially be useful in its own respect, but you got to go back outside and you got to spend time to diagnose again in water that is not perfectly crystal clear. I'm only telling you the optimal solution, not the only solution. There are damaged materials in the world that a cantrip will not always be the best way to fix, or at least not a cantrip in the field where you're at.
Right. Okay, I'm going to, we're going to take it easy, and we're going to try not to do any, like, evasive maneuver type things.
Oh, no more spins? That's a bummer. Alright, so just for clarity, we're not going to pause the vehicles here and try to do like an infield diagnostic and repair. We're not going to take the vehicles back a few hours to the ship itself and do a more in-depth repair. The solution is that we're going to press on, but do so at less power and less enthusiasm.
Correct, because we might be able to get to a place where we may be able to spend a little bit more time and effort, but for right now, our main goal is to get to our destination.
Have you seen my maps? Did you look at the maps ahead? That's not cool, dude. I thought those were GMIs only. How'd you know I had a repair zone in the next map or two? Well, okay. Let's get your vessels back onto the token layer. Scoot them together. I think we're going to want facing this way based on the next map. Copy those. Head on over first. So this trench is quite deep, and of course does not just descend directly south or deep into the ocean itself. It does take a number of bends and turns that, based on the nature of our survival checks here, will determine just how easily we're able to navigate those. Think Final Fantasy III or Final Fantasy VI. When your characters get stuck in the trench, sometimes if you make a left turn, you kind of end up all the way back at the start, and you gotta kind of navigate back. The waters do get a little fast in here, so even keeping the engines at low power, there is some element where the current itself is forcing you forward a bit quicker than you would ideally prefer. So survival checks from Dawn and Gale. You two are the ones that are piloting. Anybody else who's navigating or observing who also wants to make those rolls in a hopeful, helpful fashion is certainly welcome to do so.
Throw in a roll.
Alright.
I got the other inspo back. I'll spend it on that.
Okay. Which vessel are you on? Oh shit. You're on the one that Dawn is on too. That's unfortunate. I was hoping you were on the one with Gale. That would be very helpful. Any chance that Paul wants to spend an inspiration over there on the Moahula mobile?
Yes, sorry. I was eating this, sorry.
I was gonna say, are you getting high? It sounds like you're getting high. Very good. I'll join you.
And I had a whole bunch of chips in my mouth.
Ah. That means French fries for you, you non-European folk. Wow. Okay. You guys don't think you made a single wrong turn on your way through these trenches. And the instruments on the inside of your submersibles begin reading that the water temperature has taken a very, very steep decline. Even with the ability to breathe water, if your characters are not immune to an environment that has the capability of dealing persistent cold damage, it may be a little tenuous exiting the vehicle from this point forward. However, the good news is, along with the change in temperature comes a much clearer and perhaps more breathtaking landscape. The Blood Sea itself, all of the minerals that give the Blood Sea its name, you guys have gone well past that point of the ocean and are now in an entirely new realm where, yeah, it's certainly pleasant to the eye. Some schools of fish floating around, and oh, look at that, there's a cave up ahead that may warrant some exploration. There's definitely a magical, tranquil nature vibe ambiance to this place right here, and if there is a part of the Rod of Seven Parts somewhere in this sea, this might be one of them. This might be a location for it.
All right, continue forward carefully, and
all right.
Again, making sure that we're not disrupting anything inside the engines.
Sure. You don't think the submersibles are going to fit into the cave. You can certainly get a lot closer than you are right now before you have to exit. But you're not really thinking that, I mean, even if it can get into the cave opening itself, it's just barely going to do so, and if you have to like make any kind of turns or what have you in there, you might find yourself in an Austin Powers situation. You all know what I'm talking about.
Yep. All right, so we're going to get as close to the caves as possible so we don't have to spend as much time in the outside of this water, and hopefully that inside the cave will be a little bit warmer or have like a heated spring or something that might warm up the water inside the cave.
Fair enough. Well, if there is something to that effect, we'll have to find out on the other side of whoever the heck these three aquatic people are as they come to block your attempted entrance into the underwater cave. And from the looks of them, you've never seen one before, but you're pretty sure those are sea elves.
Cowabunga, dude.
They are carrying simple melee weapons, tridents, as you might expect, as well as small curved blade, or small straight blades, I should say. And despite seeming to be very underpowered compared to the threat before them, or perhaps presumed threat, they stand their ground. Just a reminder of our HP bar quality of life system. Green means they are friendly, red means they are hostile, blue means it's probably going to start on pretty neutral, maybe slightly friendly, maybe slightly hostile terms, and their health bar may change color depending on how interactions go.
We're still.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead.
I was gonna ask if we're still in the cold area.
We are.
Okay, then I will reach out telepathically from inside the ship instead of going out. I will address the one in the middle, I guess. Greetings.
Swim over so we can at least kind of get eyes on you through the cockpit here. Telepathic speech. Not unheard of. Quite uncommon, though. Very handy. You
Do we
speak
have
Elven.
some sort of income system?
Who said that?
That'd be this guy over here in Grey Hedor will wave his hand.
Yes, I have found that this telepathic speech is quite useful to both break down language barriers and in situations where you are underwater, it makes communication very easy.
Can't argue with that. I dare say you are the first visitors to arrive in such spectacular fashion. Might I inquire as to the nature of your visit?
Oh, of course. We are here to retrieve something that is needed to defeat a great evil.
Say more.
Of course. Are you familiar with an object of power, an artifact, if you will, known as the Rod of Seven Parts?
Don't mind me, but I must confer with my companions.
Of course.
Gonna huddle up here. One of them's got the underwater bong of impervitude. True sight, yep. All is as it appears. Thankfully.
Oh, big boss.
As that guy swims over the window, I'll smile and wave at him, and I'll contact him and say, please, I hope you forgive if it's rude to not come and join you in the water, but as I'm sure you know, it's very cold out there, and I do not have proper protections. If you're speaking, we don't hear you.
Why not? We had assumed that your bodies would be incapable of withstanding the cold temperatures here. That is not a slight or regarded as one in any case. The ability you possess to communicate and bypass this inconvenience is admirable. But again, the artifact that you seek you will not find here.
You know of what I speak.
The lore of the most powerful of artifacts does make its way even to these remote regions, yes.
Have you heard of it in another area down here? We're fairly certain that it is somewhere down here.
Why is that, may I ask?
Powerful wizards, Dalamar among them, have done seeking spells and have located all the parts, and one of them was down here.
Dala who? The Dalai Lama? What?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Ah, yes, Dalinar from the Monday crew. We're quite familiar with his workings.
Dalamar is an elven wizard from this world. It's likely you don't know him. He is not of your kind. He is from the service.
Ironically, if they did know of him, they'd probably be pissed because he's a dark elf, and they're like, any knowledge he possesses is tainted. So in this situation, it's perhaps better that they don't know directly who he happens to be. Roll insight check, please. Just Justin here, right now. You like that roll? Sticking with it? Oh my. Solid roll indeed, right there. There's definitely something this guy is keeping from you as pertains to the artifact.
Okay. I will say. Well, perhaps you could. If you in your home, you know far better than we would. Perhaps you could help us look. It is a very important cause. There is a being known as Vecna who intends to end all life in the universe, and so we must gather these parts of the rods to stop him.
I frickin' knew it. I was like, it's gonna be a natural 1 or a 2. Vecna who? Vec what? Yes, we know lore. We know everything. Just don't ask us specifics, because we don't know a whole lot.
Have you been facing an undead threat?
Undead? No. The sea is an abundant place of life. Undeath finds no purchase in these realms.
And you are fortunate, for most worlds have seen a plague of zombies. Orange is what we call them, that have been trying to wipe out all life.
The Orange Plague, yes, we know of what you speak. It did affect the oceans, but only the upper levels.
Intriguing. That's worth more of a look, I think, when time allows. But the one who is behind the Orange Plague is this Vecna, and he has even more insidious plan, a bigger plan to enact some sort of ritual that will just end life everywhere.
this Vecna has such capability?
Yes, he is essentially a god.
And none of the other gods of existence have power against this? All of reality comes to one person's whim?
As far as I understand it, I don't know all of it. Of course, I'm mortal. As far as I understand it, he has spent probably centuries, if not millennia, devising this plan in order to circumvent the powers of the other deities.
He looks concerned. Your words are definitely having a persuasive effect. He kind of holds up a hand, almost like, hold on a second. I'm going to head back over here for another conference.
Quick toke.
Ah, yes, the bong of impervitude. And fuego can exist underwater when you've got the bong of impervitude. Oh boy. Alright. Come back for one final trip here. The artifact that you speak of. It is something that may be known by many names. And within our abode we possess an artifact that may be of interest to you. If indeed the very fate of all living things are on the line, we bade you take the time to ascertain if the legacy of our people is the saving grace that you claim to seek.
Ah, I see. So you have a powerful item that you're not sure if it is the right one.
Correct.
Then I will be happy to try to verify it.
I have a magic that can protect you against the cold for a time.
I'll kind of confer with the group through telepathy. Who has the ability to verify if an artifact item is indeed a piece of the rod?
I have detect magic, but I don't know if it'll. An item that powerful may end up be blinding, which could be proving the existence of it. But I've never tried using it to see an artifact before.
I have a high history check. I don't know if that would, I'd be able to tell that way.
I got nothing.
Well, it looks like it might be better served by the bard. Do anybody have the identify spell?
Man, if you do and you don't have the spell component for it, I'm gonna TPK the fuck out of this party.
Yeah, I don't have that spell.
of our Grey Hitter?
Nope.
Nope.
Well, just remember, if you have the ability to cast it, we do have the capability of summoning a merchant who hopefully has the ability to breathe underwater or is summoned into the submersible.
We got room in our submersible over here. I can summon him and get a scroll or two.
Sure. Just got to beam him right into the correct spot, otherwise he's like half in and half out of the sub. Or he's backwards. And he's wondering why anybody didn't tell him his ass was so big.
He fucked up. Summoning him could have a mishap like that. He just shows up inside of a wall.
Summoning mishap. Alright, so here's the good news. All of his stuff shows up with you, but the bad news is he shows up somewhere else and he can never be summoned again. So enjoy the goodies this time, because you can never get him again.
One of everything.
I don't know how much the first level scroll is going to cost.
First level scroll, I feel, is like 100 gold at most. It'll be in the mercantile pin, I do believe. Everything common through very rare should be listed on there. It's just legendary and artifacts that you got to look up in those situations.
Alright, well, I'll get 2 scrolls.
Beaut. Well, okay. And he will cast a protection from elements on whoever it is wants to come into the cave. They're very superstitious about handling the artifact. It is a religious heirloom to their people, so they're happy to bring you in to look at it, but they don't want to bring it out here and just be like, yeah, pass it around, take a look, see if it's what you're looking for.
Would they allow 2 of us to go, and me and Grey Hitter?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Because that way Grey Hitter can cast the spell and I can communicate.
Sure.
With them.
Yeah, all 3 of us can cast the protection from elements, so if you want to bring a third one along, that's fine too.
I think we should limit the risk we put the party at. And just have us 2.
Well, the sorcerer wants to come, so he is not going to say no.
Very good.
Okay.
Yeah, we can make that happen. No sweat. Alright, there is no map for the inside of this place, but it does not necessarily need one. It's a fairly small abode that contains maybe a dozen small chambers that, while seem to be suited and equipped for living, do not appear to have anybody within them. It appears that these 3 are the only occupants of this place at the current time.
I will introduce myself and the other 2 to them.
They will make proper introductions, as well as Shinri, Terugala, and Suroti. Suroti of yet has not said a word to any of you, but seems very inquisitive and curious and ever observant. But Shinri is rather straightforward, as we have determined in his speech, whereas Terugala is a bit more friendly and loquacious.
They're getting a hodgepodge of a tiefling, a dragonborn, and an elf.
Yeah.
As I come out, I'll ask if any of them speak Common or Draconic.
They are confused by the unexpected dialect. They look to Fia to translate.
Obviously, that means no.
Yep. Well, the object that they bring you to is sitting upon an altar at the far end of their homestead. It is in a area protected with multiple days that stick from the floor at a height of about 3 feet. As they approach the area, they perform some kind of magical ceremony that briefly causes each of the dais in the room to glow briefly before descending into the floor. And after all of those are sufficiently out of the way, they cross the threshold into a small nook in the wall where there is a large seashell upon which is a very long rectangular box made of platinum. Yeah, that would have been fun.
So, the artifact that they speak of, I'm going to go ahead and cast the Identify on.
You're casting Identify on the box, or you're going to open up the box and cast it on whatever's on the inside?
Open the box.
All right,
I will
inside.
ask them to open the box for us.
They will reverently do so, taking a knee on either side of it. And within the box is a bag, a velvet bag. True sight reveals it to be as it is.
I'll ask them if they want us to open the bag or if they wish to do so.
They kneel down even further in response to that, as if acquiescing to you to examine it as you will.
Okay, I will handle the bag. I'll open it gingerly and kind of like see if we can just look in without taking it out.
Roll an Arcana check, J-Man. Nice. All right, so you reach your hand into the bag and you hear, "Welcome to the deck of many things. Would you like to draw a card?" No, it is not so. It is not so annoying as that, but you do instantly sense that there are multiple plates within this bag, and upon finessing the bag in the slightest, you are feeling compelled to announce how many of those plates you want to draw forth.
Compelled as in I now have to draw, or like I can decide not to?
You may decide not to. You're just kind of feeling the opening effects of the magic item.
Okay. And there's no other thing, it's just the cards.
Correct. But based on the exquisite design and the level of power radiating from this thing, you would be inclined to think it's probably a deck of many more things.
As I'm kind of like trying to open the bag and look in there, I'm just going to stop. My eyes go wide. I look to the other two and go, and mentally just to the two of them, this is not the item we seek. This is an item of chaos magic, a deck of many more things. I advise that we leave it to them and continue on our way.
Let's spend the rest of the session drawing cards.
Do we get the idea that if we do try to leave, that they are going to let us try and leave?
Right now they're still kneeling down in reverence.
I mean, if you say we go, I guess we go.
This is not the item we need.
Let's boogie on out of here then.
So I will close the bag back up and close that box around it. and address them and say, "Thank you for the opportunity to investigate. It would appear that this, your legacy item here, is not the thing we need. It is a very fine specimen of powerful magic that you have here, and I hope it continues to bring your people prosperity."
It is not what you seek, however.
It is not. It is not the piece of the rod that we need.
They all look to each other, kind of nod, understandingly, but also seemingly with a bit of relief. They did not seem eager to part with such an important item to their people, but at the same time, they were convinced enough that it might be necessary.
For sure. I do thank you for your assistance, and if you do know of any other place we could look while we are here, somewhere nearby perhaps, that may hold this item, I would be forever grateful.
Let's see. We're not quite there yet, but we're getting close. Alright, so that's a crisp 11 on that one right there. And Suralti will swim forth. And speak into the telepathic bond. I would wager to guess that your group does not have the best navigational capabilities in this underwater environment. I would be willing to accompany you to a place that may have that which you seek.
That would be excellent. Thank you.
Of course. Well, alright. Let me get this set up here. Yep. No. Okay. Yeah, I think we'll take the old halftime break right here and right now. Might be closer to a 15 than the usual 10, but we'll try and keep it around 10, and we will be back shortly with Are You Gaming?
show you the door. But what's that, yeah, are you sure? Yeah, that's a rental, yeah, what a bore. Lying, nothing in your core. Buying, yeah, what for? But do what I need to, always sure. Something real, something raw. Not accidental, no, I'm sure. You're not needed, show you the door. What's that, yeah, are you sure? Yeah, that's a rental, yeah, what a bore. Lying, nothing in your core. Buying, yeah, what for? But do what I need to, always sure. Boring, never been that. I get paid, bro, just to relax. Yeah, more money now, yeah, more tax. Sorted it now, don't worry about that. Boring, yeah, I've never been that. I get paid, bro, just to relax. Yeah, more money, but yeah, more tax. But sorted it now, don't worry about that. Flexing, yeah, but your soul is empty. Dripping in diamonds, Fenty. Dripping in vibes, got plenty. Got the technique, yeah, like Jet Li. Ow. One little chop like pow. One little hit like wow. Living for the now, live for the sound. Nice for the dollar, but I'm making a pound, yeah. Worry about that. No, don't worry about that. Worry about that. Worry about that. Like, no, don't worry about that. Something. Worry about that. No, don't worry about that. Worry about that. Worry about that. Like, no, don't worry about that. Something real, something raw, not accidental, no, I'm sure. You're not needed, show you the door. What's that, yeah, are you sure? Yeah, that's a rental, yeah, what a bore. Lying, nothing in the core. Buying, yeah, what for? Do what I need to, always sure. Something real, something raw, not accidental, no, I'm sure. You're not needed, show you the door. What's that, yeah, are you sure? Yeah, that's a rental, yeah, what a bore. Lying, nothing in the core. Buying, yeah, what for? But do what I need to, always sure. Knocking on the door, knocking on it one time, knocking on the door. Always sure. Knocking on the door, one time, knocking on the door. Knock. Hello, something real, something raw, not accidental, no, I'm sure. You're not needed, show you the door. What's that, yeah, are you sure? Yeah, that's a rental, yeah, what a bore. Lying, nothing in the core. Buying, yeah, what you for? Do what I need to, always sure. Fuck off. That's what you gotta tell them sometime, you know. Fuck off. See you later, mate. All the best. Something real, something raw, not accidental, no, I'm sure. Something real, something raw, not accidental, no, I'm sure. Nah, I've never been sorry.
Well, welcome back. Yes, indeed. Looks like we have found our next location. It does take us a few hours to get to this point, so anybody who wants to burn through a short rest during that time may certainly do so. I hear Don grumbling, stupid short rest grumbling. All right. If you want to take one, the opportunity is present. Otherwise, we will move past that into what appears to be a graveyard of ships that have just all kind of conglomerated, coalesced, if you will, here at the ocean floor. You feel like you got to be at the ocean floor by now. The temperature and the darkness out here is definitely registering with that. Thankfully, these submersibles have some pretty good exterior lights that are illuminating your path. But otherwise, looks like you've found what you suspect to have perhaps once been part of Istar itself and possibly mixed with another town or city that was far off, because Istar was landlocked back in its day. There would have been no reason to have any ships or anything nearby, but the area on the south side here certainly has an eloquence to it based on the balconies and the exterior facing of the building that you're able to make out. That lines up with what you know about Istar and what you saw of it briefly before the meteor came tumbling out of the sky. But again, all of the boats and ships, not really a whole lot of sense. Perhaps they came here after. Maybe boats and what have you have just been somehow Bermuda Triangled into this situation or this position over time. But Seralti gives this area a wide berth. One of his mystical gestures as well, as though to ward off any cursed spirits that may try to follow him back. And his presence is departing just as quickly as it arrived, as he wishes you well in your search, but says this is an area that his folk tend to stay away from. There is known to be nothing that can live in these parts, other than perhaps save the occasional monster. And anything that does call this area home is likely to be far too dangerous and or aggressive for the sea elves to ever bother contending with. So, if you're looking for a destination to possibly check out, this is what they are recommending. And you may proceed as you will. Of course, going into the building here to the south, you will all definitely have to evacuate the vehicles. Hopefully we have means of staving off any persistent cold damage. Otherwise, a reminder, we do have access to a merchant who may be able to provide potions that kind of allow us to get that effect in some way, shape, or form.
How much are the potions?
That is a very fine question, and I will refer to the pre-established list in the Discord. List, what do you have to say for yourself? Oh, that's right, it's a list. It doesn't speak, but that's probably where it is. Potion of elemental protection, is that what it's called? I would guess not terribly expensive, maybe like 300 at most. But who knows? It's in there.
If somebody is summoning them, I will buy 10 of them.
I don't know. Potion of elemental protection? Is that what it is? Potion of protection, and then maybe it has like subcategories. Nope, that's not it. Potion of something. Resistance? That will do it right there. Yeah, Potion of Resistance for cold will allow you to bypass the lingering cold damage effects in this area. You don't have to be immune to the cold for it. If you have resistance to cold, that's going to be good enough. But if you don't, you'll need something that does give you that.
Perfect.
There's coldness there, there's karma. There's heat, there's flames, there's lava. Volcanic, what can we do? It gets manic. I know what I'd rather. When I pick up the mic, is power. When I pick up the mic, got powers.
Yeah, I was thinking the possibility of a Ring of Warmth, but that requires attunement. And I'm out of slots.
Womp womp. Bummer.
4:32 in the morning. Yeah, I'm still up, you're boring. Life keeps getting better and better, and I'm not stressed, I'm snoring. It'll get messy, get gory. Simpleness not for me. I don't care about football, care about this, that, care if you're acting 40. Like quick call back, can't ignore me. They don't even know my story. Any little sour patch acting salty, flows on point like gourmet. Need a Michelin star like always. Like conference call on 4 ways. Man thinks this life is a role play. Did they hear about the family drama? There's coldness there, there's karma.
Okay, so how many does he have available total?
That is an uncommon item, I believe. Oh shoot, I believe it's only common items that we have in unlimited supplies, so let's say we have enough for each of you to get one, because you probably won't need them for longer than that. 2 if you really want to stretch it.
Okay, so yeah, each one of us should get at least one of them. So
Give you at least an hour of protection.
Yeah, I'll go.
Very good. Otherwise, we gotta get out of the vehicles here. And I will get the next map fully set up here. Make sure we are good. Yep, that looks good to me. That also looks good. Okay. So there are 2 sets of doors that you may use to access. One of them is over here underneath this balcony. The other is underneath this balcony. Based on the windows that you can see, the windows do not actually see into the facility. They are a stained glass window design that have either been rebuilt or miraculously survived being hurtled and tumbled into the ocean, and they are preventing line of sight to within the facility. I pose to you a door. How shall we proceed? I'm gonna go make a steak and some lobster here while y'all decide. And I'll be back and see how that turns out.
oh, I think we're gonna go through the door.
Well, there's 2 different doors to choose from. It's gonna take forever to make this decision. Is locked? Who knows?
So
First,
let's go to the door closest to us. So
well,
the one on the
closest
other
to you
underside
will
of
be
this.
here. I guess technically this door is closest to both submersibles at this point. True sight check. Fia's clothing are illusions.
Okay, I have true sight too, so let me not,
Your clothes are also illusions, but you're the only one who can tell.
Hooray.
Oh, nice. We're gonna drop Dawn right in there next to it. Ah! Let's see here. Where is Grador's character sheet? Oh, probably over in Thursday, yep. Alright. So, immediately upon entering the doors here, they are not locked. They are not trapped. They are a bit stuck, as though they do not see use very often. But they do yield to a slight bit of pressure, admitting you into the following area where, holy moly, there are zombies aplenty. Orange zombies everywhere, except they are... Well, first, they are not instantly aggressive and trying to target you, so the GM is not calling for initiative rolls, but they are obviously orange zombies that just appear to be more curious than aggressive, which is a very rare occurrence to find even one of them like this, let alone 4 in the same area. This area is completely submerged. You'll be able to tell a bit better in some respects. Oh, look, Monkeyson just found his way into a locked area. Good job, buddy.
Thanks, man. Can you move him into... There you go.
The way down to the basement, you're not supposed to be going down that way yet.
They don't appear to be like my thing, right?
They are not. They're not pets. They're not part of the youth group.
Okay, just making sure, because it's like, I didn't make these, but maybe something else did.
This one steps right up to Moahula. Just kind of observes her very, very closely.
Do any of you happen to speak?
The one right next to you. Speak? Yes, speak, yes. Forgot speak. Thanks.
Why are you down here?
Why down here? Live down here. Why you down here? You live here too?
We are visitors.
Visit. No. No. No visitors down here. Lie.
You're right. We live down here.
Oh, wait, this is the time to change your microphone back to the way it was before, because now we are officially...
Oh, yeah.
Very nice digs, actually. It looks like everything in here is... I don't know, you can't imagine this building survived like this, so it's possible that people have lived here for a while and just redecorated it to their purposes, but these are underwater elf zombies. I don't actually have elf zombies, unfortunately, so we have to kind of stretch our imagination in that respect, but they are all sea elves, but orange sea elves.
So, what do you do down here?
Just stand, look, bored. What do you do down here?
We are looking for shiny things.
Shine. Light? You bring light in dark place?
Would you like light?
Think we like light? Friends, like light? She kind of speaks to the other 3 zombies in the room, and they all kind of shake their head aggressively. No light!
I don't think your friends like light.
Maybe. Friends, know and remember better. No light, then. Thought we wanted light.
Can we look around here?
Look, but don't take, yes?
Well, since we have permission to look as long as we don't take anything, Greyhidor is going to kind of put his hands in his pocket and start looking around at things.
Yeah, this definitely has the air of perhaps the lobby of an inn at some distant point in time. Who knows what they're using it for now. You can't imagine people are showing up here to rent rooms very often.
Can we open doors?
Open doors. Yes, doors.
Yes, doors.
Does my insight check give us any more information?
You are very certain these zombies will remain non-aggressive unless provoked. Looks like you found a couple small rooms here.
Darkness behind this door.
I just did a perception to kind of glance around this main room, see if anything sticks out.
I'm outside reality.
That's back outside. Get back in here.
Which of the zombies was the one that was actually talking to us?
That would be Pink. Yeah. What else do we have around here? Yeah, looks like we did have a supply room down in here that may contain some interesting items, but they are all likely waterlogged, so hopefully protected against that. Otherwise, maybe not much of interest. The books, likewise, they have been treated and do appear to be made of coral shells and seaweed and kelp, things that will keep underwater. Zavara has found a room and some stairs ascending to the 2nd level. Otherwise, there are a couple decorative chests right out here in this corner of the room. There is also a large banded chest sitting on top of the table here next to a conch.
Found some stairs over here.
Don, you can roll investigation.
Okay, that's kind of why I closed the door, so that I could start looking at stuff without having to worry about prying eyes.
Oh, sure, that's fine.
I'm kind of standing in front of the door guarding it.
All right, sure.
I'm going to use an inspiration.
Okay. Like a knight in shining armor from a long time ago. Alright. Yeah, somebody drawing a circle around the locked door over there that Don already managed to uncover.
Well, I clicked it and then the door disappeared, and I was really confused.
Oh, you may just have to move your monitor around. Sometimes doors disappear on Roll20. It's weird. Okay. Did anybody want to check out the chest that we have out here in the eastern side of the lobby?
Did my 15, or sorry, investigation 24 get me anywhere?
Oh, let's see then. $24, huh? All right. Why not? That could have gone better, but whatever. Okay, there are...
So I'm gonna look at the zombie that had been talking to us, Pink, and go, "Excuse me, you never gave us your name. What do I call you?"
That does prompt several moments of silence before it seems to dawn on her. Oh, yes, name. Name was? Pink. Am I dead? Feels dead. Not like it used to.
You're closer to undead. Although I don't know if you would be truly considered an undead at this point. I do have a question, though, Pink. If I know you said we can't take anything, but can we look inside of these chests here?
Yes. Yes, don't care. Don't care
All right,
about
so
that.
with that permission, I'll go ahead and check the banded chest.
Okay. Looks like Peely found another zombie over here chilling out by himself. Yeah, Morgan. Hey! We found another zombie chilling in the southwestern bedroom with a shell that is radiating a sparkly rainbow magical aura. But as far as back over here to the chests, we have got our hands on two wildflower tonics. We have got one of the the soothing ointment. The true sight does show the same captured soul, yes. And for the last potion, it is a potion of invulnerability.
Okay. What did I find with my 21 investigate in here?
And investigation back over in here would be our next stage. Oh, me oh my. Yep. Tools. Household products, cleaning stuff, useless, old dried rations that are just far past their date. Plus, they're also waterlogged. Oh, look, it's rum. Oh, now it's submerged. Damn it. Well, you finally found something that was kind of nice, but now it's just all waterlogged. And then, holy moly, this chest right here near the back that's kind of half buried under a barrel is just swimming, literally now, in gold coins. Thousands of them.
All right. Yeah, so those coins are coming with me.
All right. let's see how many coins there are. Mm. Yeah, you're gonna be counting for a while.
Oh, it's not a matter of counting. It's a matter of just grabbing the stuff and throwing them into the bag.
Yeah, and that's what I meant. Not even counting. You're going to be collecting for a while is more accurate to what I should have said. And as far as the banded chest goes over here, what do we got from Ken?
What do I need to roll to if I need to roll to get it open? Probably sleight of hand.
If you just want to open it up, you would need to get the thieves' tools, skill proficiency. Otherwise, you could possibly use like athletics to try to like strong arm it open.
Lucky. Assassin rogues tend to have these skills ability.
Haha.
It's almost like I'm the perfect person for this. Yep, I'll go ahead and use that.
Not bad. 24 will click that bad boy open. See what's inside of here. Respectable. Oh man, okay. 1 second. Part of the problem with spontaneous treasure distribution. Well, that'll be handy. What does that do? What? That's fucking cool. Hell yeah. Never heard of that item. What about this one?
That should be fun.
I think so. What the... Alright, that's not helpful. That's really not helpful. Got 3 out of 5. Oh, what's this one? Oh, fuck it, let's do it. And one final item. There you are. That's the one we want. Or is it? That's useless. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Did I do 5, 2, 3? Yes, I did. 5 items contained within this A banded chest. It's a series of very small ring boxes. There are 5 of them in total, and each of them are radiating some rather potent magical energies.
Maybe we could summon Captain Planet with them.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, seeing as how typically rings that have magic energy require attunement, Grey Hedora is going to be like, well, I can't attune to anything else anyways. I like my stuff, and just walk away from the chest. But I will kind of pass along to everyone else that there's some pretty magical rings in that chest, if anybody is interested.
Man, you would have thought I'd just thrown like a frickin' bag full of expired foodstuffs in there with the quickness of that response. He's like, no, we don't want magic rings. Screw that.
I mean, they also did say don't take anything, but you can look.
Exactly. And Grey Hedora, while being a rogue, is not great at sleight of hand. He's more of the deceiving and sneaking kind of rogue. He doesn't do like pickpocket type stuff.
Sure. Don, there's
All right.
61,000 gold pieces in there. There is a chest in the room that Zavara just went into as well. Doesn't appear as decorative or as elaborate as the ones out there in the lobby, but it's a chest nonetheless. You can roll Arcana to try to figure out what some of the rings are. Inspo investigation on the chest. There is no trap. It does not appear to be locked. Arcana check, not so good. Arcana check, better. Peelybeel's like 60 feet away, though. He's like, that looks like a ring of protection!
It keeps drawing my focus. I keep meaning to ask Tazark about this door, and then I keep hearing about things.
Okay, so with that result, I'm going to give you the rare and the very rare and the uncommon ring. Let's start with the least exciting one first. We kind of figured there'd be one around here. There's a ring of warmth. Oh woo woo, oh woody woo woo. Ring of warmth.
Hey.
A rare ring is the ring of evasion. Always a handy item. When you fail a dex save, you can spend a charge and your reaction for that round to succeed on the save instead. It has 3 charges and regains hopefully all of them at each day, but at least some of them. Also is a nice golden ring with a emerald and sapphire colored golden bird. Uh-oh. Everybody's heard about that bird. engraved on the ring as well. The other rare ring, this is a very handy one, is also going to require attunement. It is known as the Ring of Temporal Salvation. Look at that bad boy. If you die while wearing this gray crystal ring, you vanish and reappear in an unoccupied space within 5 feet of the space you left or the nearest unoccupied. You get a handful of HP. If your HP maximum is lower than the number of HP you regain, your HP maximum rises to a similar amount. If you have any levels of exhaustion, reduce your level of exhaustion by 1. Once the ring is used, it turns to dust and is destroyed.
Yep, that one I will try and sneak.
And the other 2 rings are both very rare. Well, one of them is very rare, and there's one of them that is legendary. There's a legendary ring in there that we're probably going to need an insane Arcana check or a identify spell to figure out what it's all about. Zavara pops that chest open, and it is completely empty. Dun dun.
It's a mimic.
No, it's the foot locker for whoever rents the room. Like, it's like for the person to put their stuff inside of. You typically won't find anything in those areas.
We bought 2 of those identify scrolls, right?
We sure did.
Do it.
I will say the zombies don't really appear to care that you guys have unlocked and are going through the chest right here. I mean, there's a zombie standing literally right next to it and 2 others within like 15 feet. And they're not staring directly at you, but they are occasionally observing what you're doing, and they don't appear to care.
I will cast Identify on it.
Okay. The very rare or the legendary? I think it's one identify per item, I think.
The legendary.
Oh my. Ring of the Copycat. Even if you normally can't cast spells, you gain the ability to channel energy to cast spells. When an ally within 60 feet casts a spell that you normally cannot cast, that has a minuscule material component cost, you can use your reaction and cast that exact same spell. When cast in this way, the spell is cast using your ally's spell casting ability, spell save DC, and their attack bonus as needed. You decide the clone spell's target as specified in the script. The spell originates from you. After you use this ability, your ally can't cast this spell again until they finish a long rest. So it does slightly inhibit your ally. It's definitely something you want to strategize, but goodness. How freaking cool is that? Give that to Moahula. Haha, I can cast spells now, bitch.
That would be insane, giving that to Moahula.
It's the last thing anybody would ever expect. All of a sudden, Moahula like follows up somebody's freaking meteor swarm spell or revivify or who knows. Possibilities are endless. When I saw that, I was like, yeah, at this stage of the game, we definitely got to throw that baby in.
Well, it is restricted by the 10 GP or fewer in material components, so Revivify's out.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
I like how all of this is going on and Justin's just by himself turning zombies into pets again.
I'm in here just shoveling gold into my bag.
I try not to think about it. Let Fia do Fia.
Does anyone with good Arcana want to check this other ring?
I mean, I attempted. My roll was crap.
Womp womp. You
I'm
could
just
get
trying
it
to
with a
unlock
force
this
point.
door.
I don't know if you want to spend one though. Yeah, the locked doors on the eastern and western sides of the room do not have handles, hinges, or keyholes. Instead, they have seashell type impressions on the set of the door. Only one seashell, though, not three of them. And it would appear that you need a very precise, presumably seashell-shaped item to be able to unlock these doors. And 8 will certainly get you there, reveal the final of the rings that we have located. And it's I don't want to say one of your more common rings, but it's always a badass one to find, and one that most players are familiar with, the Ring of Shooting Stars. Has a very specific outdoor attunement at night pre-qualifier. Otherwise, it effectively allows you to cast fairy fire and little balls of lightning that you can use to damage all of your foes that wrong you. The upstairs level is completely accessible once, if anyone chooses to go up there. We have found two possible ways to go there. Peely Beal has found one on the west, and Zavara found one on the southeast. They both ascend to the second level of this inn. Otherwise, Manuel is adding about 40,000 pounds of gold pieces to his character sheet. And otherwise, looks like Fia has found another zombie in this room here who just kind of looks at her as she walks in.
Okay, so I'm coming out of this room.
Okay. Aha, the hell you are!
No, don't lock the door.
That's what you get for stealing 60,000 gold pieces. You're gonna have to sit in here and think about what you've done.
I'm thinking about 60,000 gold pieces.
So once I grab that ring that lets me come back, I'm gonna go ahead and follow up the stairs.
Oh, looks like Manuel got himself stuck outside again. I'm done. Screw the universe. I got my 60,000 gold.
Okay, I'm looking around. It's like, where's everyone going?
Looks like we got some party members wandering mostly to the southeast. Peely Beal is going off to the west, and then is Fia trying to do anything with the zombie here in the southwestern chamber? The flute that is inside of that room is quite interesting.
Yeah, I had posted what I was doing.
Oh, I must post it right over you. Oh, there it is. Oh yeah, we cannot make that saving throw. Alright, let's join the youth group. Boom.
Now that this is the first time I've done it to like an intelligent one, is there any difference?
There is technically there are sentient variants for each class. They retain the exact same attributes as the typical of their species. The only difference is, of course, the sentience, which is often reflected by a higher intelligence score as well. In the case of Elise, she is but a simple Class D zombie, but she's a sentient Class D.
Does her, I don't know, mindset change at all?
She definitely prescribes to the usual kind of just defaults into follow mode, like the others do, but she does seem to retain her sentient spark at the same time.
Then after I've turned her, I will ask her, what do you want? What do you feel like you need to do now?
Follow. Convene. End.
Excellent. Well, is there anything in this room I need to know about?
Pretty flute. Not sure if mine. Or careless left behind by another.
Go ahead and pick it up and take it with you then.
Okay. It only plays hot cross buns.
Is it made of plastic?
No, it's made out of seashell. Alright, let me get your tokens copied over here to level 2 while we're doing that. Oops.
I'll then ask her, I'll basically describe like what we think the rod pieces are supposed to look like. Describe that to her and ask her if she's seen anything like that.
Big gem. No? Not seen that. We'll look for it, if needed.
That is what I need to find. So if you help me find that, that would be excellent.
I will help. Alright, let's get all your tokens right there, And then, J-Man, are you going up the western or the southeastern? Yeah, this map is not the most ideally centered within the existing grid, especially in the hallways. You're like splitting the squares. It works great for dawn, though.
I'll just go up this one that's right next to me here with Peely.
Alright, we'll send Peely up a square. We'll send you up there as well. And
yeah, we're heading up there as well.
Okay. Let me see if I have something here real quick. Then I'm going to do a quick 420 reload, and then we'll come back for the final bit. Do I? No, that doesn't help. Do I want to buy something on roll 20 just for this? do. No, not that. I don't know. Let's check one more time. Oh. You know what? Screw it. I ain't gonna buy something. I've actually got something that'll fit the bill. There we go. Although this map just got really weird again. Ah, shoot. Alright, bear with me just a second. I'm going to do a full Roll20 reload for all of us. I don't know why. This map in particular was giving me issues earlier. The doors kept disappearing, so that's going to be problematic for you guys trying to explore. So hopefully doing this will reset all the doors for everybody, and then I can move you over. Raise your fist in the air. Raise your fist in the air. Turn the dance floor into a mosh pit. Okay, we have the doors back, including Jim Morrison. How about that? And all of you are now welcome. Hey, look at that! The lighting doesn't work at all on this level. That's beautiful. Good job. Well, that helps me not in the slightest right there. Now there's too much darkness. Alright, well. Alright, give me just a second here. I'm going to move the shells because you all most assuredly saw where they were at. Well, I guess one of them you didn't because it was on the ghost layer, so hooray for me for preparing in that respect. Okay. Let's do some of that there. Alright. You are free to begin exploring the level, including opening up the doors. Won't take you long to reconnoiter here towards the center, and any areas that you wish to explore, just leave your tokens over there, and I will be back in about 2 to 3 minutes here with the final 30 minutes of our session. Ooh, 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 ooh.
Hey, Kimberly, I could convert 4 more of these guys.
Oh, goody. I still don't trust that crap.
I'm sure it's fine.
Oh, sure.
Alright, so we have returned. Looks like we left one door unexplored. How about that? Give you guys free reign of the whole place and you guys don't even open everything up? Wow. I'm proud of you. Alright, so Justin found the boat and a room that is otherwise overgrown with barnacles and also has a rather large section of coral that has grown into the room. There is a set of cabinets over here, but you can clearly see through the mesh door that it is filled with what appear to be wine, either that or very large potions. Pretty sure it's wine, though. And Peelybeal has found a seashell bed that is covered in all kinds of vines for extra cushiony comfort. And otherwise, looks like you have found a clock of some sort here on the end table, a small chest at the south end of the room, and a desk that has a few drawers that may warrant further exploration. Matheson has likewise found a room with a similar seashell and vine bed, a similar gem clock, and a similar dresser with shelves and or with drawers and a chest sitting on top. Moahula likewise in the same state here. Looks like she's found a room. Except instead of a desk with drawers, this is a looks like a full-on armoire with doors that would open up and some books sitting on top of it. And then Moahula is likewise standing next to a chest at the foot of the bed in here. Zivara, on the other hand, looks like you have found perhaps a gaming room or a dining room or some kind of a private meeting room here. The ornate candlesticks, strangely enough, that are set on the table on both sides are perhaps the most interesting items that are within here. Moahula finds that the chest is locked rather securely. Manuel likewise finds that the chest is securely locked, but the dresser drawers are not so locked up, but as one might expect for a rented room, they are empty. Is a D&D table. And Greador has discovered in the northwestern chamber here. Yeah, looks like the double boat room here. Perhaps this was a theme of the hotel even before it became an underwater locale. The boats have been decked out in such a way as to be somewhat comfortable. They've been padded and blanketed. Otherwise, not much of interest in here. There is a one cabinet across the way over here that has some closed doors, but no chest or anything like that of interest.
You open everything.
And as far as down in here, the chest is as you might expect. It is unlocked and it is empty. And the desk over here contains numerous supplies for correspondence and calligraphy and any other writing in that respect, as well as the appropriate underwater kelp and other substitutions for paper. But everything is very much set to a state of default. It doesn't look like anybody's left anything of interest or the like in here for you to find.
And there's no like keys hidden on the dresser or anything like that to go to this, or
There are not. We have not found any keys. True Sight has not given us anything here.
Can I check the bed?
You can certainly do so. Are you rolling an investigation, or how you doing
sorry.
that?
Sorry.
It
all right, everybody.
is as it appears.
I have a locked chest in this room over here.
Oh. Is it in this middle room? The locked chest?
It is this one right here on top of the dresser.
Put my thieves' tools to the test.
Mental note: teach Monkey Son how to pick locks.
Monkey son, come, I'll teach you.
Uh, 21 is not going to get it done.
I'll burn. I'll burn a force point and an inspiration to get the 26.
26.
Oh no, 24, sorry, and it'll be 24 plus 8.
Okay, I was like, yeah, I get what you're saying, but I'm not seeing the 26. 32 makes sense to me now. Okay. That will certainly click the chest open, and what should be found within, but hey, look! A seashell!
Ah, it's just crap.
Yeah, just some trinket. Throw it away!
Or a seashell that opens the locks downstairs.
I have a locked chest in this room.
If I could get back into the map.
I was going to say, I like how Don
Flipped it
somehow...
on the map.
I don't know how you ended up out there. That's fantastic.
It's magic.
Once again, you can stay out there and think about what you've done.
But I don't know what I've done. That's why I'm out here.
That's why you gotta think about it. Right on the bottom it says made in Japan.
Why can't I see Moahula on the board?
I think you might have hit backspace while you had the token selected and it just winked you out of existence. So we just gotta bring a new one onto Bunk. There we go.
Thank you.
Isn't
I have a
it?
lock chest in here too.
Grey Hador will come take a look.
That's your child born in you. Don't do it. It's trapped. You'll never make it out. Feel free to roll some thieves' tools if you are trying to crack it open.
I lock the door.
Uh-oh. Yeah, you got yourself stuck on the door frame. Whoa! Oh, it's on the wrong side.
Info that.
All right. Greator cracks the chest open. Peelybeal mimics the movement from across the room with perfect accuracy. And what should be found within but another seashell? Click. Hey, look, that might access the other door back downstairs.
I'm going to go back into the other room and take the seashell.
Yeah, can we take them and try them on the doors upstairs or downstairs?
Absolutely. That will do just fine. I'm waiting on a roll 20 load up here so I can get a set for the next area. Not quite. Ooh. I like that.
Now there's two of me on the board.
Nice. You think this is the real Moahula? It is. Alright, this one didn't really seem much purpose to putting the dynamic lighting on, since all it really is a small stairway and then the whole area is revealed for each of you. So this is just a plain map. You're going to see all of it when I drop you on. Feel free to drop your tokens onto the map as well. It is pretty self-explanatory upon your arrival, but just to give you a little sneak peek narrative on your way in, the basement level appears to be an auditorium of some type with elevated seating that is set in a half sphere on the south side of the room. The stage area is lit with glowing seashells, and the predominant feature on said stage is a very large open clam with a very large glowing gem set within. There is one additional section of dynamic lighting that makes up a backstage area of sort. You'll see it clearly once you're dropped onto the map, but again, didn't really seem much purpose in lighting this map up. So without further ado, this is what we're looking at here. Depending on which stairwell your character descended, technically you only needed one seashell because they both lead to the same area, but hey, you got both of them. You can enter the basement from either side. And here we have it. It's a very, very unique looking gemstone. Uh-oh! I moved it, and underneath is the very plain looking pearl that came with the map. Sorry. This is the actual gemstone. Oh, it did it again! Stop moving around on me! Yeah, if anything, it's meant to be a more magnificent pearl. It is a pearl that glows and shines and just radiates in even the slightest bit of light and change of motion and perspective. Inside is telling us that something about this feels a little too easy. Perception is not revealing anything out of the ordinary. True sight is not showing us anything untoward. Detect magic does reveal a very powerful magical aura emanating from that gemstone.
Does anyone else think that there's some sort of trap we're not seeing here?
Oh yeah, of course. And I'm thinking that that pearl that could be the piece that we're looking for, because we don't know what the piece is supposed to look like and how it assembles to create the rod.
Dice rolls are observed. We're not picking anything extra up. Doesn't appear that there's any one or thing hidden in here, both to regular or illusory sight. No magical effects or energy resonating within the room. The item itself is radiating a very powerful alteration magic.
Well, that seems suspicious.
We should proceed with caution.
Well, we have the identify scroll that I can use to verify that that is our object. Then we figure out how we get out of here with it, if it's what we're looking for.
I can mage hand it if we don't want to get too close.
I'll approach it by myself and identify it first.
Give me a caster level check alongside the identify spell.
Not sure how to do that.
It's a die 20 plus your spellcasting modifier. Bard, that should be charisma, I believe. So basically you're just rolling a charisma check. Okay. The identify spell reveals that you have successfully completed your quest. And there are still 3 sessions to go for this table, so what the heck are we going to do for those 3 sessions? Who knows? But you have certainly beat all of the other tables to the finish line here in obtaining the first piece, well, I guess the second piece technically, of the Rod of... Wait a second. Your Arcana check, your Charisma, your spellcasting know-how is telling you something is off here. That's exactly what it is. Somebody has placed a magical aura spell upon this very mundane pearl to make it appear to all but the most trained and expert eyes to be a part of the rod, a piece of the rod of many parts. It even has the capability of foiling most forms of extraordinary sight. Because it is a magical aura, it does take those things into account. It's not a standard illusion, so much as a very specific twist of alteration transformation. But identifying it and using your spellcasting modifier as you have done, you have successfully pierced the veil, and you're pretty sure it's not even trapped or anything. It's almost like whoever put this here wants to make you think that you're done with your job, and then you just waste time. And then when you try to assemble it into the piece of the whole, you realize that, oh crap, we actually don't have it.
Okay, y'all, it's a fake. There's no traps here. Just really good illusionary aura.
Aside from the glowing seashells, there are no other magical sources and whatever you guys have brought in with you. They are effectively continual light spells, persistent light effects here. Nothing otherwise exceptional about them. Let's get a group Arcana check here from anyone who's trained in it. I guess Gail can roll it if she wants to, but don't feel obliged. Dear Lord! Jeez.
Katie, what have you done to me?
I feel like Katie's asleep right now, and it's just passed on the cursed dice to everybody.
How's it feel, y'all?
Ah!
I made a deal with Vecna. Y'all don't even know.
Womp, womp, womp.
Good.
I'm supposed to be the yo-yo player, not the Nat 1 player. Come on.
Are we satisfied with our roles as they stand, or anybody want to give a second go at that? I will say this
I'm not even trained, so I'm good.
Sure. I will say this is the final Wednesday session of the month right here, even though it's only the 18th. The next one will be early March, so if you got them, spend them.
All right, there's my inspiration.
I'll force point. Use the 23. 28.
All right. $33, that's gonna get us something. 28 will confirm as you start putting your heads together, and you have a sinking feeling in the pit of your stomach as you realize what this could potentially mean for the days ahead. There were rumors in the most elite of magical circles for many, many years now, especially amongst the illusionists, who again used their fourth wall breaking to find many a complaint in the fifth era of their reality, and they missed the olden days when illusions felt a bit more potent and not so easily seen through on so many occasions. And the illusionists, the senior most, the most powerful of their order, there were rumors that they had been working on a very, very powerful counter to what they viewed as the biggest atrocity to their entire school of magic, which of course would be true seeing. What is it that they have devised but true shroud? Everything has a counter. Every illusion has a counter in true seeing. At this point in time, you have now found your first example of a true shroud effect, which is also it's basically almost like a Nistel's magical aura with a bit of true shroud chicanery added into it. But that is effectively what has been placed onto this gemstone here to deceive your senses. And as you start thinking about the applications of such a powerful prototype spell almost effect being used on this, oh yeah, eventually if you keep using it, someone's going to find its counter. The issue that we run into at this point is the multiverse has like 9 hours left in existence, and presumably the person who put this here has access to True Shroud, and as you start putting two and two together, who would have put this here in an attempt to deceive your group specifically, but the person that you needed to Achilles heel the F out of. And if that means that there is a true shrouded Vecna out there, endgame could be quite interesting. That Vecna Slayer might make a little more sense now if you read its descriptions in further detail. But we're going to close this out right here, friends. That is a wrap on week 33. We have some more searching in the astral... I'm sorry, not the astral, the Blood Sea of Istar here for our Wednesday table ahead. Sessions 34, 35, and possibly even into session 36. Who knows which group is going to find their piece of the rod first, if any of the groups are going to find their piece of the rod. It's not guaranteed for any or all of them by any means. And some of your tables, I'm going to really start trying to go on a little distraction tour here, not necessarily with the out-of-game ramblings, like that's never intended to distract your in-game movements, and I certainly do take those into account for your overall time that you have to find these things. But in-game, I will certainly be trying to provide distractions like we found last night in the Tomb of Horrors. Even just wasting 15-20 minutes in different areas could really bite you in the long run. And we've got many more sessions coming up ahead here in the next few days. We are off tomorrow night, and then we are back Friday night with our Isilia Sandbox campaign. They are doing something. We played one session like a month or so ago, and it's already gotten buried in the recesses of my mind, so I'm going to have to listen to that video a bit and refresh where we're at there. Paul will be here for that, as well as Brian and Ari, and potentially some new players in the distant future. We had a little something brewing for that, but that's not the path that we're going to end up taking. And then Sunday, we got a double header this week to make up for... oh, that's right. We ended with the dragon fight, and Paul got eaten, and he is currently digesting in the bowels of the dragon, and he will return as a Golgothan poop demon.
You know it.
And then Sunday, as I was saying, we got the doubleheader. We got Swan Crew continuing over in Castle Ravenloft, looking for their piece of the rod. And then Stew Crew, they are already involved in a battle that many here on Wednesday night, especially depending on how long you've been here, will remember very well. They're fighting that asshole Fiend Lord Abhadanaldia, that one that slayed your fairy friend many, many moons ago and also took out more than a few player characters, NPCs. He was also directly responsible for the death of Sir Ricari, and that thread has not reached its finale as far as Sir Ricari is concerned, so stay tuned for our Sunday night campaign in that respect, just depending on how much further into the map they delve. But we're picking up right where that battle left off a couple of years ago, and the battlefield still bears the scars of that long ago conflict. So see how that all coalesces and ties together this Sunday evening, and then next week we are back with another full round, week 34. Getting back into it, friends, so we'll see you then. Thank you, you know it, we say it often, but we only say it because it's true. There is no RU without you. Much love, all.
Night,
Have a good
everyone.
night.
Right.
Good night.
Good night.
You are alone. Maybe I can help you. I am Boba Fett.
I got photos and files mapping my dreams, but these calls don't come, they leave. My baby even too pleased, lately less and less machines. Maybe she gets someone she meets, like someone flicking the beans. I'm burning up all these cheese, I got 4 files in me. My God, I wish you could leave, but my mama would be so sad. Less and less sheets. Maybe she gets someone she meets, like someone flicking the beans. I'm burning up all these cheese, I got 4 files in me. My God, I wish you could leave, but my mama would be so sad.